Okay, so if the camera moves too much, it causes freezing. So I have to put in some pictures of moving the camera around. So in 2019, I was in danger at home. So I called the police, and I told the police to put me in the psychiatric ward. Now, I figured I'd just be there for a few weeks. I lost my housing in some way, and I had to stay at Willow Pavillion. No, sorry, Seagull 7. And I was on January 1st, 2020, I was admitted into Willow Pavillion. Now, when I went to Willow Pavillion, I met this guy Luke who was there at Willow Pavilion with me, not with me in the same room, but he was there. And I saw his room. He showed me his room, and he had a computer in his room with internet. And I was like, "Holy shit! How did you get that?" And he says, "Oh, I have a computer room. You're allowed a computer, even laptops." And I said, "Holy shit, really?" He was like, "Yeah, man." So my mission was to get a computer as soon as possible because there was nothing to do in that place. We had a PlayStation 3, PS4. We had a lot of cool stuff, but I wanted it was like a nice prison is a good way to put it. When I was playing World of Warcraft on my computer, I remember a guy says to me, he's like, "Sounds like you're in a nice prison." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, man." But, it was shitty being at Willow Pavilion for 4 years. But at the same time, I liked it because I had the computer. I could play World of Warcraft. I could play guitar and record music. So I had a lot of freedom to do things I enjoyed. It's not like jail where you sit in a room with a TV all day and you can't do anything really. Because Willow Pavilion is not a jail. It's like a jail in a way, as I've been told by other people. Willow Pavilion, Seagull 7, these psychiatric wards is a jail. I wouldn't say it's exactly like a jail. Similar, but not exactly. There are positives and negatives. There are positives and negatives to everything in our world. Okay? With anything, if there's something shitty about something, there's going to be a positivity to that too in the nugget, okay? Like a golden nugget of truth, okay? So there's going to be a positive to it and a negative. So with Willow Pavilion, yeah, there was some negativity to it. It sucked. If we wanted to go outside, we need a pass. There are certain times we can go, certain times we can't go. We have to be home by a certain time. If we weren't home, the police would search for us and we get in trouble. But there were positives to it too. Like we could have a computer in our room. We could watch TV in the lounge. We could play PS4, PS5, buy games in our account and play. I did the Final Fantasy VII remake on the PS4 and I beat the whole game. So I had a lot of fun at Willow Pavilion. We got to go on outings and go to the beach and do shit. So it was actually really fun. And I met a chick, Shawna, who was great, and we got in a relationship, and that's all I'll say about what we did. I actually had a really great time at Willow Pavilion. And I've been in the psychiatric ward, at other psychiatric wards that, I don't think I think I was at St. Paul's, actually. St. Paul's and VGH psychiatric wards. I've been in the psychiatric ward for about 1 to 2 weeks, many, many times. And I've been arrested many, many times for very trivial reasons and things. But the first time I was arrested was the most prominent one. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I look back at the whole thing, and it's just been bizarre. But my life is in a much more stable place now. I'm doing really well, very well behaved. I take my medications, everything's fine. I don't deny. I'm not defiant. Defiance leads to a situation where reality will just destroy you. Defiance is not good behavior. If you want to fit in society, and if you want to be in a societal world and fit in that society, defiance is the worst behavior you can have. If you are defiant, you are not going to survive, I promise you. You have to just, go on, put your tail between your legs and shut up. You know what I mean? If you are defiant, you're not going to survive in our society, I promise you. So if I say, "Oh, I'm not going to take my medication," that's defiance, and it's not going to work. They're going to put you in the hospital, they're going to put you through the ringer, and you're going to be miserable. So for me, there are ways you can professionally say you don't want to take your medication, like a review panel. They're not going to put you in the hospital for doing a review panel. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to be defiant, do it in a way that's awesome. So there are ways you can be defiant, like doing a review panel might be defiant in some way, but it's societal defiance. So what I'm saying is, if you're gonna be an idiot, be a badass idiot. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that has to do with defiance, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna do something harsh, be harsh in a way where it's good. So that's my advice for today. So as I said, I've been in the hospital many times. It's shitty, but it works out for me every time. So for me, when I need things to work out, it does work out. But when I don't need it to work out, it doesn't work out ever. you know. So I'm not a virgin. I've had sex before, but a lot of times when I try to pick up a girl, it doesn't work. But but sometimes it does. I don't know. It's funny. I don't know. But I've looked back on the whole thing and it's been good. I'm in a band now, so I think it'll work out. But I just wanted to talk about my experiences at Willow Pavillion. Have a good day. Bye. Forgot to talk about this. When I was at Willow, I bought the HP Omen. I can't move the camera. If I flash the camera around, it'll freeze. And the recording will stop. At this point in the video, I'll post a picture of my computer. I've got 2 monitors and a computer. Right here, I'll show the screenshot in the video at 6:32. So there's the HP Omen, which I bought at Willow Pavillion, and there's the TV and the monitor. Very excited about that, and I'm doing the schooling. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.